What is good, guys? It's me, Blake Valentine again. Sorry about the hair. I didn't really have time to fix it. I know I'm doing a late recording, but I just wanted to hop on here real quick and talk about some movies that I watched. Now I've watched these movies in the past before. I'm gonna be talking about two movies today. But I've watched them both in the past, and they're incredibly stupid, and that's why I'm gonna be talking about them today. I'm gonna be doing commentary and like just an overall review on both of the movies, and yeah, let's get into this. So to start, I'm gonna just hop right in. I'm gonna just hop right into this, guys. First movie I'm gonna be talking about, and both of these are on Netflix, by the way. Well, I think both of these are on Netflix. Actually, I think one of these that I'm talking about, I think one of these might not be on Netflix, but I know that for the fact the other one is because it's a Netflix film. But to start, I'm gonna be talking about the Stephen King movie 1922. Now about this movie, I have a few things to say about this movie. Well, I did not mean to do that. There we go. Now, a few things I gotta say about this movie is, one, okay, you know what? First off, I'm gonna talk about what the movie's about. It's called 1922. It's on Netflix. It's about, this guy. He's like a farmer. And, his wife wants to, move and get into the city and move out of the, countryside and move into the city, and the husband doesn't want to do that. He wants to stay there in the countryside in the house with his son and continue to work on the farm. And the wife keeps pushing it to the husband until the husband finally snaps, and then him and his son one night, they go into the woman's or his wife's bedroom, and then they basically I don't know if I could say the word on here on YouTube, but I'm gonna say K-I-L-L. They K-I-L-L her. They K-I-L-L his wife. And after that, her spirit, or not her spirit, but like he kind of like sees things, sort of. Well, I don't know if it's her spirit, but like, I'm gonna just say it's like her ghost that comes back and just haunts him and traumatizes him. And then the son eventually dies, and then the son and the mom go back to haunt the dad, and then at the end of the movie, they K-I-L-L him. Now, to start, I just want to say, don't watch this movie because it's stupid. And I'm gonna elaborate on why it is stupid. Because, for one, it all takes too long to get started. Like, the guy, talks about it for a while, but it takes so long for the, plot to get set in motion. It kind of takes, like, half the movie to where, it starts. And even then, it's kind of boring, to be honest. Because, nothing ever really happens. Nothing cool happens in the movie. It's overall just boring because like nothing happens basically. Like, I mean, yeah, they KIL her and then throw her in the well, but after that, I don't know. It's like they tried to plan this out to be like a cool movie and all, but it's the way that the movie came out. It's just kind of like mediocre. It's just not really good. I didn't like it. Even my dad didn't like it. He watched it, and I know why he didn't like it, because it was a stupid movie, something that should have never been made. I mean, I know they always make Stephen King books in the movies, but that one should have never been really made because it was so incredibly dumb. Because the acting, for one, was just kind of off. It was not that great. The intenseness of the movie, the main thing with this movie is it takes so dang long for the freaking plot to get set in motion to when things start happening. It takes so dang long. Like, it's like half the movie, nothing happens. It takes so freaking long. It's not worth it. It's stupid. Like, that's the main thing with this movie, 1922. It takes so freaking long to get started. And even when it does get started, it's not that interesting. Because it's so freaking boring. That's the other thing. It's boring. Like, not just because it takes so long to get started, but when things start getting started, it's not that great. It's like they tried to make it out to be something that, like, they tried to make it interesting, but it's just, when it came out, it's just stupid. It's just so incredibly dumb. Like, I feel like they tried so hard, like they squeezed the movie so hard, trying to freaking make it good. But it didn't work. It didn't work. It was so incredibly dumb. Like, I can't stretch how dumb it was, because it was so dumb. Like, it was such a freaking dumb, poorly thought out, awful, over the top, freaking stupid movie. And the main reason why nobody likes this movie, hardly, is because it takes so darn long to get started. That's the main reason. It takes so darn long for the freaking plot to get started. Like, I get it. Yeah, it takes a little bit for a plot in a movie to get started. But geez freaking Louise, it doesn't need to take freaking half the movie for a freaking plot to get set in motion. Like, it doesn't need to take half the movie for them to freaking KILL the wife. Like, it's so stupid. Like, it's so dumb. And no wonder it freaking got like a 5.7 or something on Rotten Tomatoes. No wonder it got horrible reviews, because nobody liked it, because it took so darn long to get started. Even when it did get started, it wasn't that interesting. It was stupid. But yeah, that's my thought on that one. And it's on Netflix, but I don't recommend watching it, because basically, to summarize what I said, it's just a dumb movie overall. It takes too darn long to get started. It's just not interesting. It's dull. It's bland. It's horrible. Now, for the other movie. I think it might be on Netflix, but I'm not entirely sure. It's called Mr. Harriman's Phone. I'm pretty sure some of y'all may have heard of this movie. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all may have watched it. But I'm going to say this right off the bat. Mr. Harriman's Phone was worse than 1922. Way worse. Because, for one, it's like 1922 in a way, because it takes so darn long to get started. Because half the movie it's just the kid coming back to the old man's house to freaking talk with him and stuff and play games with him. And halfway through the movie, oh, you know what? I forgot to say what this movie was about. It's been a while since I watched it, so my memory on it may be a little foggy, but it's basically about like this kid. I think he like gets a job to like do something for this old man, and every day he comes over to this old man's house to freaking talk with him and stuff. And one day the man, I think he had like a stroke or something and died. And then when they did like the coffin opening for the man, the kid put a phone in his pocket. And then a few days after when they buried him, the kid started getting texts from the old man. I forget what the messages were. I think the old man was just saying one thing over and over again to the kid. But yeah, so that's basically the whole plot of the movie. But now I'm gonna get into why it's a freaking stupid movie. For starters, like I said, it's like 1922 because it takes too darn long to get started. It actually takes longer than 1922 to get started. Like it was more boring than 1922 because it was boring not just because it took too long to get started, but because when it started to happen and stuff in the movie, like things started to happen, it wasn't interesting at all because it was boring because nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. I'm gonna say that right now. I'm gonna spoil it. Nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. It was stupid. It was so incredibly dumb because for one, the main thing that happened was just the kid kept getting texts from the old man after the old man died, and it was so freaking awful because nothing ever really happened other than that. It was so freaking dumb. Like, let me ask you something. How can you think of a movie like that where nothing happens except for the kid getting texts from the old man? How can you think of just nothing else to happen in a movie except for that? Like, that's not an exciting movie at all. That's a freaking dull, boring movie because nobody just wants to sit there and freaking know what to expect next. Because you know what? That's the whole movie. I'm gonna spoil it. That's the whole movie. It's just the kid kept getting texts from the old man, and it was so incredibly boring. Like, how can you make a movie that boring? Like, I feel like it's not that hard to freaking make a good movie. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to make a good movie. But apparently people who made 1922 and freaking Mr. Harriman's phone said, nah, we could slip through the crevice a little bit and freaking screw it up somehow. And they did, especially with Mr. Harriman's phone, because that was such a freaking awful movie because nothing happened. It was not interesting, it was dull, it was boring. Probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I don't recommend either one of them because, trust me, y'all will be bored in the first freaking 30 minutes or an hour in. Both of them are incredibly boring, both of them are really stupid. But, before I hop off of the video for tonight, I'm gonna actually recommend y'all 2 good movies on Netflix. One of them being Gerald's Game. That movie was actually interesting, unlike Mr. Harriman's Phone in 1922. It had a good plot. It was interesting. I loved every second of it. 1920. Gerald's Game was a good movie. I loved it. And the other one is In the Tall Grass. It was also really good. It didn't take too long to get started. Oh yeah, I forgot to also mention that Gerald's game didn't take too long to get started either. They both were incredibly good. I highly recommend both of them. Unlike 1922 Mr. Harriman's one, but that's about it, guys. See ya.